Hello, happy Valentine's Day. Super behind on the month, super behind on the year, but hey, time is just a social construct and I'm just here to do art and vent out thoughts. So if you came for that, cool. If not, you might have a bad time. Here we go. So we moved into our new house smack dab in the middle of the holidays, so I only just recently unpacked my art supplies. That is why I have not started my bullet journal yet or done anything. I also just got my bullet journal for the year. It's from Archer and Olive. Links for everything I use in the description. Not sponsored. It's a number 1 red year for me, which I'm not going to explain what that means. If you've been following me, you know. But it represents new beginnings, so I got a red journal. I still haven't done the cover page or goals for 2022 yet at all, like the whole year. I do know what I want it to be, but I told you I'm behind. So we are just taking our time and enjoying each moment. That's what we're doing this year. That's the vibe, which I think has been a thing that I've been trying to learn for a very, very, very long time. So anyway, this month of February is a yellow month for me, which represents joy, fun, socializing, partying, also things I've had to learn for a very, very long time. I've always been more of a stress out and overwork yourself kind of gal, but hey, things are changing for us this year and we are here to have fun. Yeah. Right, Franklin? Franklin's on my lap right now. So I was trying to plan my theme this month and I was like, what is yellow that would go with February? Well, the Lunar New Year just happened and we are in the year of the tiger now, which is also my personal zodiac sign. 1986, baby, holla. So apparently tigers don't usually thrive in their own year is what I read, but whatever. I hate that notion. So we're thriving anyway. And I didn't want to think about how to draw this tiger, so I just took really heavy inspiration from this Instagram account called Chanaya, which I will also leave in the description. Like, I just literally just copied her exactly. She draws these cute little tigers with pastels and I love the look of them, so I did them with a mix of watercolor and markers. But enough about that. Let's jump into my brain dump, okay? Psychoanalyzation time. Okay, so tiger years are said to be about bold, big moves, like high risk, high reward type of situations, like getting out of your comfort zone. And I totally feel like that's exactly how this year has been going. I woke up in 2022 in a brand new city, in a brand new state, doing significantly new things that I was not doing a year ago. Yes, much of that is poker, but also I own a house now. It's like, what? Like a whole single family home that needs like maintenance and decorating and tons of fun stuff, but also tons of new stuff and things that I'm not familiar with stuff. And January was pretty much filled with trying to set up this new life. I had to get new health insurance, new doctor, new driver's license, tracking down all my packages that auto shipped to my old house. But February, I feel like we're starting to get our feet wet and I'm really excited, but also really nervous because it does feel really, really brand new. It feels like a clean slate and I'm trying to go the direction that makes me the most happy in the long run. I'm also trying to cut down on the things that aren't working, but sometimes it's really hard to tell what that is because everything in my life tends to work in cycles and waves. So while it may look like one thing isn't working right now, it could just like be having its moment later in the year or 2 years from now. And sometimes it's hard to tell whether I should let it go, like if I should quit, or if I should just keep going and wait for the new wave. I know I do too many things. I have way too many hobbies and I can't feasibly grow any of them if my attention is too scattered. So like, which ones do I focus on? These have been the thoughts swimming in my head for the past few months. Okay, so at this part I used marker for the flowers while the watercolor was drying so I don't get bored. Sometimes if I get bored, I forget what I'm doing and then I go do something else and then I never finish anything. Okay, back to my brain though. So when we examine joy, I've been thinking like, what has the biggest ROI for time spent versus joy being brought by that thing? And I used to look at ROI strictly monetarily. ROI is return on investment, until I realized that the things that brought the most money actually stressed me out the most, which resulted in a decline in health and a decline in happiness, which ultimately hurt me monetarily because then I had to pay for doctor's visits, treatments, and a therapist. Yeah, life's funny. So I realized I actually could live a much more relaxed life, even if I was making less money, and just cut a few things out. Just like, take them off your plate, girl. Well, weirdly, because I was less stressed after taking things off my plate and then generally more happy, money actually seemed to flow much easier, and then I didn't end up taking a pay cut, so that's cool. And it also led me to examine that maybe my beliefs about money being a direct correlation to time and having to say yes to jobs that stress me out weren't necessarily founded in absolute truth. And looking around, the most successful people I know are actually the most balanced. Like, they're happy first, and then the rest just kind of flows to them. So I've been incorporating more of that mindset lately, and I find it to be true, but obviously this is all anecdotal. I'm thinking that maybe life just throws us the lessons we need to learn. And so if you're having too chill of a time out there, like, maybe life has you learn some more discipline. For me, I've been just like one of those people that just is full of anxiety and has tons of discipline but doesn't know how to chill. I still think that there's a time for grinding and hustling and building, but without this balance, without the chill and hustle balance, you'll just end up a really unhappy, possibly empty person and wonder why hitting your goals didn't lead to happiness. Another thing I've been adding is, how can I make the stuff I have to do more fun? For example, I have to exercise, right? I mean, like, I enjoy exercise usually after I'm done exercising, or maybe like in the moment, but like getting myself to exercise isn't that fun. So we have to move our bodies. But as I was on my usual morning walk, I was like, you know what would make this more fun? Roller skating or rollerblading. Look, I'm a 90s kid. I like rollerblading. So I bought my inner child some bright pastel ass pink rollerblades, and that bitch has been having a blast with exercise lately. It was a great choice. Oh yeah, back to this. So I ended up using brown marker for this tiger's stripes and details because the efficiency brought me more joy. Look at us growing, being joyful, not needing to do something an exact way because of a made-up rule we decided in our heads, like having to use a uniform art tool or consistent medium to complete a picture. Aww. Speaking of, I messed this part up. So uppercase J's and lowercase F's are the same but backwards in cursive. And I tried to do a lowercase f for February, but my brain did it backwards and, well, I effed up. Get it? It's F. Okay. Cool. Quick fix though. Some craft paper. This one happens to have a sticky back to it. Rip it, stick it, right over it. There. Now it looks artsy, and I actually like it better than the originally intended design. Super quick insert life analogy here. What goes with that? Fuck perfect? I don't know. Creative solutions often lead to better results. I don't know. Be more process oriented than results oriented. Most of life is the process part. So if you're not enjoying the process, you're not enjoying life. I don't know. Pick one of those and make me out to be someone that's very deep and very profound. Go ahead, write that down in the history books. Nikki is a very deep and very profound person. Very good with analogies. All right, moving on. I tried on this side with some very adventurous lettering over here and some paw print stickers that I found in my drawer. I don't love it, to be honest, but like, it's okay. Literally nobody sees this journal but me. Oh, and you. And the rest of the internet because I uploaded this. But maybe my boring thumbnails will keep most of them from coming here. It's been working so far. My goals page and my habit tracker page are always the same, just the colors switch out every month. I do switch out the habits from time to time depending on what I want to focus on more of that month. This month, it's really been about establishing a healthy routine, so I pick things that I want as a consistent foundation for that routine. My monthly page is also always the same, except for the layout of how the weeks will change from month to month, and that leads me to just mess up the labeling of the days, as you will see here. I wrote Monday where it was supposed to be Tuesday. Ugh. But like before, we just do a little creative solution here and voila. It really doesn't need to be perfect. I honestly hardly ever use this page except to have like a bird's eye view at the month anyway. So moving on to the weekly setup. Also never changes except for the theme and the colors. I really just like having weekly tasks on the side, split between life and work, and then the days segmented into morning, afternoon, and night. So I can see just like right at a glance where I'm busy, what's important. Important things are also noted at the bottom of each day. It makes just life easier. It makes my brain just feel more organized to look at. And yeah, so here's my setup for the month. My little fierce, courageous tiger telling me to focus on my strengths and what brings out the most joy, and just let the rest kind of melt away on its own. That's what we're feeling in 2022. And I think that's it. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this video and listening to my brain puke for 7 minutes or however long this is. I also hope you have a great 2022, and make some really dope choices this year. But if not, just know that like none of this is really ever that serious. It just seems like it in the moment, but it's not. And you're loved. Okay, bye.
Leaving all my worries, I prepare for something new. Whatever it was that held me back, I'm sure it wasn't true.